Hi, this is Jeff Keamy, and today I'm going to do a test of the SMS/email registration feature. First thing I'm going to do is log in. This is a beta test. There are still some enhancements that are going into the finalized version. Here we can see the captive portal and the registrations area. These are going to change slightly in the final version, just organizationally. See here we see the registrations for the devices that have connected. These are connected via email. They're verified. Shows the access code that they utilized, the device that they used, and when they started using and when they stopped using, device MAC address. Down below you can see a few registrations that have taken place with SMS. So going over to the captive portal settings, going to select our office network, and we can see there are now two options here. And again, one's for a managed service or sign up, and one's for the self-service sign up. Again, these captive portal modes, their names are going to change in the final release. And here you can choose on the self-service sign up whether you would want email or SMS or both to take place. So if I didn't want SMS and I wanted email, it would show like this. In this case, we're going to use SMS, and I've connected my Twilio account, put my authorization token in, my from number, email address for Twilio notifications. We're going to send the login link via SMS. We decided to make this an option because depending on the length of the SMS message, it could take 2 texts to send through, which would double the costs of potentially setting up people with self-registration. So you want to be careful how much you type when you send the login link via SMS. So here's the option for that. You could put no, you could put yes. It's up to you. You've got a lot of different options here on attempts, for how many times they're allowed to attempt, time lockout, temporary authorization duration, speed limits for the temporary authorization, which is only authorized when authorization is taking place through email. Other options here for authorization duration after a successful authorization. For this particular instance, you have 6 hours with a 1-day blockout period. So essentially, you can use this network 6 hours per day. It automatically redirects you to the area where you can type in your code after 2,000 milliseconds, and then of course you have your speed limits for when you're authorized. I'm going to go ahead and update those settings. I'm going to go over to text labels. It's really the only other thing we have to show here is the text labels, and here you can basically type in all the text that you want. So this is something you'll have to play with to figure out where you want all the text. We've already pre-configured what we believe would be useful text for most people, so hopefully only slight modifications need to be done here to get things up and running quickly. But of course, you can customize it any way that you'd like. Here's where you can have text before the code, and then you can have text before the link. Again, you want to be careful to ensure that you recognize how many texts it's taking to actually send all this information. If we were to just keep it to the code itself, obviously that's just going to take one SMS message. But the more you write, the more potential texts might need to be sent, and Twilio charges per text sent. So if your one message takes 3 texts to send, you'll be charged for those 3 texts. I'm going to update those labels. I'm going to go to controller integration. The portal styling is the same as before, same as controller integration, but I just want to show that everything is connected properly. Shows what my wireless guest network SSID is. Shows that my portal is enabled. Everything's good to go here. The only thing it can't check for is to make sure that the code is installed on Unify server. So you'll just want to make sure that you either download it and replace the index.html file in the proper site directory, or edit the file manually and copy and paste this, which is what I did. So now I'm going to go ahead and connect to my guest network. So immediately what you'll see is the Swift Connect login access page. So here I only have SMS enabled, so I'm going to go ahead and type in my phone number here. Hit proceed. And I got a text message instantly on my phone. Tells me here's my code. It gives me my access code. I don't know if I enabled the link on that, but I'm going to go ahead and type it in manually this way. Now I'm doing this on my desktop computer. The SMS message came to my phone, so I'm authorizing a different way than what most people might do on their cell phones. I'm going to go ahead and connect to the network. So I have now self-registered myself on the network. I have internet access. I can go over to registrations. I can see the documentation on that. I will note that we did have a storm, a fairly large storm in Tucson last night that is seeming to cause our internet connection in our office to be much slower than usual. So Cox must have some issues going on out there. So now we can see the MAC address that is set up for my device. You can see the browser that we utilized, what version of the operating system we're using, when my authorization date started at 9:32 this morning. We'll be ending today at 1500 hours. Shows that I was authorized successfully, that I did not require temporary authorization since I authorized via phone. I am verified, and it tells me the code that I used. So it gives us all the information that we need. Again, there's going to be some enhancements done to this also, so we can purge devices that were not successfully authorized, because those may not be needed in the system. We're going to have some better organization here for showing the different types of entries we have. That right now is where we're at. It's fully operational, working very well. If you have any questions, please let me know.